Word of warning, tread carefully in the Fey. Dungeons and Dragons will begin in a moment.
Cav and Bizard, you're walking down this path that is unfurling its way for you as you're walking through it. Both of you make an investigation roll.
Oh, my strong suit.
Yeah.
Let's see here. 13 on the
2.
die.
You are rolling.
This -2 is a real
my
problem.
dice as
16.
well. Like,
Okay.
Oh, I've got Amy's dice, of course.
Oh, that's what it is. You can take some of mine here if you need.
No, I'm
might want to dip
convinced
into
I'll
the
break the
velvet
curse.
set.
So.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just
that'd
got to
be
wear
cool.
it down a little bit. Yep.
Cav's that kind of upbeat guy that, he can do this.
I like that.
Yeah, Cav, this is all... It feels like a lot for you. So, you're trying to pay attention, but really you're just taking the path ahead of you. Like, whatever has brought you here is leading you down this path, and hopefully you find your friends at the end. That's your goal.
I mean, I'm not going to find them by just standing still.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Bizard, very much the same, but you're trying to glean anything on how this is working. And the more you go down this path, you're starting to see broken runes along the side of this path that you kind of catch your eye a little bit at first, but they become more present as you're looking, and you take a look at them, and they look like they've been here for a very long time. Like they're you could say they're like ancient stone markings along there. They're the carvings themselves are in a language or some sort of like pictogram language that you don't know. You don't. Okay. In the, I'm trying to remember the books that we gave you.
Let's see.
Did we give you
Books
any
collected.
specifically on the
Runes,
Fae?
Rivets, and Relics.
Maybe.
Machinations of the Arcane, and the Alchemy of Invention. So I think that first one would be the most applicable. But
What about portals?
Oh, that was one as well.
I do have Tears of the Veil, Portals. Bestiary of the Lost Realms. I'm going to figure out what the heck those other monsters are out there, or aminals. And then Fey Deals and Hellish Pacts.
So with a combination of some of those books, I'll take back that you recognize some of them, but not so much that you know what they mean. Like you've seen similar writings in the books, but you haven't had a chance to really dive into them to know that's what that means.
Yeah, I can't glean any context.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are half buried and overgrown with moss, and the fact that you caught them, it stands out to you because they are part of the landscape. That's how long you feel like they've been here.
Gotcha. Do they look like they may have been some part of some kind of structure for this specific path, maybe a crumbled archway or anything like that?
Right now they look like they're part of not necessarily an archway, but of an old stone pathway.
Okay.
The path you're walking on is very overgrown. It's more bramble and sticks and leaves and things.
Okay.
If you do take a little bit of time, I don't know, do you take some time to dig at any of these things?
Yeah, I think the first one I would, at least take a little bit of interest and try to clear the moss away and let Cav know, hey, I'm stopping for a second. That's important. So you just don't keep walking.
Because I would. I'm kind of entranced by what's going on here. So
yeah. So you dig some of the moss away. You take a look at it, and as you reveal this stone and dig away at the path itself, you see that there's more of the stone underneath this path. There isn't necessarily the runes underneath the path, but the same stonework is this was a proper stone path at some point.
It's yellow brick.
Just
wondering if it was.
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons is a D&D actual play podcast, and I'm your dungeon master, Russ Moore, he, him. Also with me today is Amy Moore as Aladdin, she, her.
Surprise!
Carla Maxted as Bonwyn Everbane, she, her.
How was your trip, guys?
Tom Laird as Kavlaran Goldweave, he, him.
what's all that about?
And Kyle Classett as Bizard the Wizard, he, him.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't go in for an attack now.
Dumbgeons and Dragons is a Patreon-supported podcast, and you can join us today for a 7-day free trial at patreon.com/dumbdragoncast, where we have an entire other podcast for you and an amazing community that you can be a part of like the second you join. We want you to come check it out. Just give it a little taste. Patreon.com/dumbdragoncast. We'll see you over there. And now, fuck it, let's play.
Is this this stone with the rune on it, is this too big for me to take?
Like, it's pretty inset into the earth, so you'd have to take some time to try and dig it out. But no, it's...
Can you take a rubbing?
Oh, yeah, I do. I think I do have
Oh.
some, like, paper and charcoal, so I would do that to
Okay.
just get a rubbing real quick. Thanks.
But yeah, the size of the stone,
rub it
you'd
out
have to
real
dig
quick.
it out. Probably the size of
rub out.
That's what people say. When you do those.
you take a rubbing of the engraving, and maybe you take a couple as they go on, any different ones that you're able to find.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, you take those, and you two are continuing along the path. The sound of that banjo is continuing to kind of come and go. It's not constant, but you hear it kind of pick up for a song, and then it disappears and like fades out in the wind, and then it picks up again, and it's getting louder the further down this path you go.
Yeah, and is it specifically the song that the kids sang for us?
Not specifically. It is.
It's the Eurovision remix.
You do hear that, and it kind of comes in and out, but it's not specifically always playing that song.
It's like the Scotty Doesn't Know song from Eurotrip. It's just, you hear different iterations of
Matt
it, no matter
Damon's
where
hiding
you are.
in the forest
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn to Cav and say, well, it appears that we're on some sort of intended path. There's brick hiding underneath the foliage here. So.
Yeah, definitely it at least was at one time a popular thoroughfare.
Yeah, so, but you're hearing that music too, right?
The super creepy banjo music.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
absolutely.
Good.
Yeah, what's all that about?
Don't know, but I hear that one song. I don't know the others. So,
Okay.
I guess, I don't know if we're following it or if it's just coming in from the sides. It kind of seems like,
Yeah, it kind of seems like it's all around.
yeah,
but,
omnidirectional. And I don't, can we get any kind of sense of like north, south, east, or west?
Does that exist?
Like the sun rises from this direction and sets this direction.
Wait a minute. Isn't it night? How many moons are there?
Oh, yes.
You're still getting it's still moonlit.
Right.
You could roll survival. I'm going to say it's a pretty high DC to try and...
That's like
Okay.
one of my better ones. As I lock my phone instead of open up fucking
That's one of my better ones.
D&D Beyond.
Get out of here.
Get the hell out of here. 14.
It's a weird space you're in. You think you have an understanding based on where you can see this singular moon, or like...
Is it a rebel moon?
It is, yeah, absolutely. You think you get an idea, and then like as the path opens, and like it feels like the space is shifting, and like it completely shifts where you
Changes
expect-
orientation kind of at the same time? Okay.
Yeah. So like the landscape around you is changing so much that it's hard to determine, like if you're just walking in a giant circle or if you're
A loop-de-loop?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, the surroundings around you are playing games with you as well.
As we continue walking around, though, does it sound like the music is like gently getting louder or quieter? Or?
Yeah, it sounds like it is getting more. When it does play, it's getting louder.
So in theory, we're getting closer to it.
That's what you could.
Okay.
presume.
You
Yeah.
would think.
I mean, as far as I know.
Yeah. Aldyin, dinner.
Oh, nope.
Where is that girl? The male figures. I'll go take a look outside and see if I can find her. And you hear footsteps get up from the table. Chair scoots out, and then you hear them go down the hallway. It sounds like the hallway that you hadn't gone down or hadn't come out of. And you hear a front door, like a creaky front door, and then that person has left the building.
I think Aladdin just wants to wait it out. I think she's honestly curious if she is going to be entering the kitchen, like another her. Are they waiting for her, or is this Is she, seeing like, I don't know, like a play of her life or what her life could be?
It's a long day's journey into night, but Aladdin style.
Just curious to see if the man comes back with an Aladdin.
And or a banjo.
Or a banjo.
Yeah.
Oh no, my dad was a banjo man the whole time.
Man.
Totally tracks, though.
Yeah, you wait a moment, and the woman gets up, and she comes over to the sink, and you hear it's sloshing around a bit of water, and she's washing a dish, and she puts it on a drying rack, and she goes and opens a cupboard and pulls out a couple things. She hears it's gonna get cold. And then the door opens at the front, and you hear just a singular set of footsteps come in. And she says, I can't find her. I can't find her anywhere.
Oh God, part of Aladdin is like, I'm gonna stay here until they leave, and then I'm fucking leaving. And the other part is, are they gonna leave?
And who are these people?
And who are these people?
You can use your Madame Magenta decision maker.
Oh my God!
There it is. Yes.
Where is it?
It
Is
was
on top
here
of the-
before.
It was here.
It was here.
It's right over there.
Oh my God!
Because
Perfect timing.
how do you decide?
I can't decide. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Truly, you need an otherworldly source to make it happen.
Yes. Okay.
Now make sure to do your vibe check.
Yeah.
Here's your
That's
instructions
right.
for
Thank
use if
you.
need.
I will read these for the listeners. So we got Madame Magenta's patented decision maker. Toss a coin. Choose your path. Yes, maybe. And then the instructions. Oh, Madame Magenta accepts no responsibility for silly choices made by the user. Understandable.
Makes
All
sense.
right. I'm going to ask the coin a question. Yes is the side with the cat, and no is the side with the winky.
Oh, I really thought it would be
Orb.
the other way around.
Well, that's why Madame Magenta is so powerful.
Fair.
Yeah.
Always
and-
subverting expectations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toss it, check the outcome, and then do a vibe check. All right, here we go. I said cat was yes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a cat.
Yes, I'm gonna leave.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave the cupboard.
You're going to leave the cupboard?
I'm gonna leave the cupboard. I'm leaving it up to fate.
Okay.
Because both decisions felt wrong. So, after thinking it over and feeling like I can't stay here forever, I could be waited out. I'm gonna get hungry. This is doing something as opposed to doing nothing is better. So Aladdin decides to play along and come out of the cupboard, and she goes, surprise!
And just for the record, I'm gonna get hungry would be my number one motivation to just leave the cupboard. Because it's gonna happen.
It's gonna
I'm
happen.
fairly well fed now
And I'm
because
in a cupboard in the kitchen where I
could
could probably smell
that pot
delicious
roast.
things.
It's pot roast,
Yeah.
isn't it?
definitely a
100%
pot
of the
roast.
time.
I knew
Of course.
So
It's always a pot
yeah,
roast.
green beans. There's mashed potatoes. She
Yeah.
can't help herself. So yeah, she hops out from underneath the kitchen sink and yells, "Surprise!"
Both the adults are startled as you do that, and this is the first time you've had a chance to actually look at them. The woman is she's quite thin, 5'10", 5'11", wearing a yellow, very bright yellow dress with an apron on over top. She's got long curly red hair. Both of their faces. I'll describe the man first. He's dressed in more business attire. He's got gray slacks on, black belt.
Like he just came from work.
Like he just came from actually the karate.
Business suit, black belt from karate.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, and then just a pretty plain button-up shirt. He's losing a little hair. He's combed over.
Well, if he's Aladdin's dad, yeah, I can definitely see him not keeping all his hair.
But both of their faces appear obscured to you. Like you can't quite make out you can't make out really any facial features. Like you get a sense from their body language and from what you can see, like they are shocked and surprised when you come out. And then there's like a warmth, a bit of a smile that comes over them. The woman, she comes over to you and she says, "How long have you been under there? I've been calling you for what seems like forever."
I was doing a joke.
Oh, you and your jokes. She said, "Go wash your hands and get over here. It's dinner time."
I turn around to the kitchen sink and I grab the bar of soap and dunk my hands in the basin of water and wash them up, dry them off, and I come and sit down at the table.
And everybody sits down around the table and says, "So what have you been up to today, dear?"
Oh, just looking outside and picking flowers. And
where did you put them? That would be nice to put them on the table.
I found a bunny and I fed them to it.
No, that's good to keep the animals all fed up here. And she scoops you some potatoes and puts them down, some of the roast. Everything smells delicious. Like this is the light in the room is like brightened up now that you're in this space. How is Aldyin feeling in this space?
Trepidatious. Like it's a too good to be true moment because she still feels like I never had this. So this isn't real.
This isn't a memory that like I'm looking back on.
Yeah. And so she's wary. Like can I investigate the food? Like, am I going to know?
You can.
Is it poison? Like, she's not going to take a bite before they do.
Sure.
But yeah.
Give the sniff test.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can investigate. Yeah.
So suspicious. And so sad that it's so suspicious. But of course she is.
Yeah.
17.
Okay. Yeah, you're getting dished up first, and then she's dishing up your father in this situation, and then
Not
dishes
like out
up
of
herself.
the pot, but like serving him.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Tom.
Well, I mean, dishing up your father sounded a little.
I see the double entendre there. Yeah. Serving up the food to each of the different plates, and then they all sit down, and your dad starts digging in, like is eating quite quickly, putting the food into his, what you can presume is his mouth, because you still can't quite make out. It's like,
I feel
it's
like
cloudy.
when you're in a dream and you know people are people and you know what they look like, but like they don't have faces. That's how I dream anyway. Yeah. So yes, this makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I take my fork and I don't know if I'm looking for pills or
There's just razor
always hide it in
blades.
the
they're just
potatoes.
razor blades, maybe some, I don't know, shards of glass.
Yeah, just a little warfarin.
Yeah, so I'm kind of like picking around it.
It's blood bitters.
Rat poison.
Yeah, okay.
Just kind of picking around it and watching the man furiously eat the food.
Yeah, no, he's
going
putting it
for
back,
it.
and the woman, she's eating it, and she says, "Oh, you should eat up, dear. You're looking so thin. You need to put a little more meat on your bones."
I'm not. Oh, okay. She's hungry. She's always hungry.
I'm not okay. That's exactly right.
I'm not okay. She takes like a small bit of the mashed potatoes on her fork and eats it.
Ooh.
You die immediately.
Yeah.
No.
Death saving
Let's
throw.
go to Bonwyn.
Saving throws.
Roll 4d6.
With 2 already failed, so.
yeah.
You put some in your mouth, and they're like the tastiest potatoes you've ever had.
Well, like that's just, cracking the dam. It's blown open. I start eating.
Yeah, it's like, it's that the three of you are now just kind of like just in this state of like piling this food into your mouth, and it gets to a point and everybody's kind of calms down and stops, and The woman starts cleaning up a little bit and says, "Oh, it's so good to have you here. Oh, so good to have you here. We're going to have so much fun tomorrow. I can't wait to show you." She starts taking the dishes and scraping them off and washing them.
What are we doing tomorrow?
Oh, we've got big plans tomorrow. Big plans tomorrow. It's really great to have us all together again.
What are the big plans?
Oh, we'll tell you tomorrow. Don't worry. Why don't you take her up to her bedroom, dear? The man steps up from the table and says, "Come on, Aldyin, I'll show you your room again."
Okay. I follow him.
He leads you down the hallway, exiting out of the
This
kitchen.
is so weird that they're acknowledging that we haven't been together and now we're together again.
And you've never been to your room before, but maybe you have because
But
they're going to show you
let me show you again.
Yeah.
Like,
So he leads you down the hallway, the one that you saw, where you presume he had gone. So there's a small living area. It looks a little dusty, and then you can see like some cobwebs up in the corners there. And there is that front entry door that you heard him leave earlier. And you look out into the front yard, and there's a white picket fence out in the front. There's an apple tree. There's a small porch area. You can't see much beyond the fence, but you can presume that there's like a field out there. And then there's a set of stairs that goes up the floor, and you're heading up, and they're creaky stairs, and you're following behind him. And then there's a couple rooms up top. There's what looks like the master suite, which is where your parents stay. You kind of take a quick look in there. You see a bed and a dresser and a couple pictures on the wall.
am I in any of the pictures?
Make an investigation check.
And are they in any of the pictures? And can she see their faces?
It's all just the placeholder.
Good question,
thing.
Tom.
Never removed anything out of the frames after they bought them.
The ones that came from Sears?
Yeah, exactly.
23.
There it is.
You get it.
I'm young. I've got good eyesight.
There you go.
And you just had a bunch of carrots, so like...
Even more so.
Yeah, you get a good look at these pictures, and you see three figures in the majority of the pictures. The man and the woman, and yourself at various different ages. You can make out your face quite well. The man and the woman still give that clouded face appearance in each of the pictures.
Really thought I had them there.
Okay. I continue to follow him.
And they lead you down the hall, and he opens a door, a little creak to the door, and you enter into this room, and it's a small room. There's a nice bed and a little desk, a dresser that is like partially open. There's some clothes hanging out of one of the drawers.
Yeah, I'm sloppy.
Is a nice floral, no fingernails, wallpaper on the
Knew
wall.
I was going to ask. You knew it.
A window, the moonlight's coming through, and wooden floors all throughout. The bedding is this nice soft pink with a really cushy looking pillow on the bed. There are a couple toys. What toys do you see?
Just some, like there's some dolls, there's a small dollhouse, and a few trains. Well, train set and some blocks.
Here's your room. Make yourself comfortable.
Well, where have I been?
Well, you've been right here.
But you guys said it was nice to have me back.
Oh, did we say that? Oh, well, it's always nice to have you back. I mean, you go out during the day, and it's always nice to have you back.
How was work?
Oh, work was great. They're keeping me pretty busy today, and I'm sorry I wasn't home sooner. Probably would have caught on to your little game earlier, and I wouldn't have had to go out and worry everybody.
I was in there for a while. Where do you work?
I work down at the mill.
What do you do?
Oh, I'm the manager down there. Of course, you know this.
Oh, right. What does Mom do?
Oh, Mom keeps the house for us. What's with all the questions?
I had a weird dream
Really?
last night, and now I'm just making sure. Do I go to school?
Of course you go to school.
Where's my school?
Oh, it's just down the lane. He moves over to the window. He says, it's hard to see right now because it's dark, but is everything okay?
Yeah. Yep. No, everything's fine.
Okay. All right. Well, he moves over to try and like feel your forehead.
I like stiffen, but I let him.
Yeah, his hand goes on his forehead. Oh, you look like you're feeling okay. All right. Well, perhaps it's just been a long day and you just need to have a little rest. Feel free to lie down. We're gonna.
Well, where's Muffins?
Where's Muffins?
Our cat.
Oh, I haven't seen our cat in a little while.
Well, where is she?
Oh, maybe she got out. She usually comes back, though.
Okay. Can we look for her tomorrow?
Of course. If she's not back tomorrow, we'll put out some milk and encourage her back. But if not, we'll go out and look for her tomorrow.
What are we doing tomorrow? Mom wouldn't tell me. She said it was a surprise.
Oh, well.
But I know you'll tell me.
Yes, of course. Yeah, of course, I'll tell you. She's got a big thing planned. I don't want to spoil it too much, but there's a big parade going on. Act surprised.
For me?
Not for you, but there is a parade going on, and she wants to take you to it because she knows you really love to see all the carts all done up, all the costumes out, the music playing.
Will Cedric be there?
Oh, Cedric comes there all the time.
Okay. I won't tell her you told me.
Oh, thank you. All right. Well, you have a great sleep, okay?
Okay.
He just starts leaving the room.
I just start to wander around the room and look in my drawers.
Yeah, he pulls the door closed behind him. You hear a little of the latch, not a lock, but the latch.
You hear several deadbolts sliding shut.
Oh, God.
Yeah, no, the door closes. You hear footsteps go back down the stairs as you explore the space.
Hoe bag of donuts.
Welcome to the middle, everybody. So glad to have you here.
We're just in here like a whole bag of donuts.
Whole bag of donuts. That's
Absolutely.
right. We hope you're having a wonderful day. It's even more wonderful because you're here now, and we love having you here. This will be the last episode with our guest DM, Pneumonia Russ. Who I've had multiple comments being like, the guest DM really knows the story. Who the hell is that?
Are you serious?
Yeah, somebody did it in the Discord just today or yesterday.
Buddy.
Yeah.
Like, no, that was...
Yeah.
Guest DM Pneumonia Russ.
Well, and then it was like right out of the middle with Healthy Russ into Pneumonia Russ, like without a beat. And it was two very different people. It scared me.
Very different sound. Yeah.
I had to
like I
bring
was
up the
cheating
podcast
on
because
him.
I was like, I got to hear what Russ is sounding like. And then it started and I was like, oh no.
Oh no. We pushed through.
We should have known.
We
should have known we were all going to
There
get
were
sick. What were we
signs.
thinking?
You've just been around me for 2 days before that. So like bumping up a podcast to 1.5, you got to do it incrementally. Yeah.
That's
I
right.
wonder if the breakfast we went to was like the spreader event.
Oh, because that was all the people.
Yeah,
Like,
all the
'cause it was
people who
just
got
the-
horribly sick.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
at that
Breakfast.
first breakfast.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Was,
We shouldn't have all shared that one milkshake with one straw, but we did.
It was a
I
terrible
think-
night.
That would have been a good picture to get.
Would have been.
That would be a really cute picture. How would we all get on that straw at the same time? You know what? That's
know.
a problem we can solve in
Doesn't
person.
matter.
That's for next time. Jess, figure it out. Okay?
That's right.
Anyway, middle guest DM Pneumonia Russ.
Yeah.
You're here. I hope everyone is enjoying us being together because we sure enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Enjoyed
it
the
was
hell
great.
out of
Really
that.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the
I can't
best.
wait till we do it again. We haven't
Yes.
set a date yet, but it's
We've
time
learned
is
some
a
things. It's going to be
construct.
warmer.
Yeah.
We're going to be less sick. It's
Yep.
going to be amazing because it was already
Mm-hmm.
amazing, and it's going to be like next level amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
no, it's going to be
Agreed.
fantastic.
Know who else is next level amazing?
Tell me, Carla.
Because when you are a patron of our show
Right.
at patreon.com/dumbdragoncast, one of the things you get, one of the many things you get, including some fun new things, is an episode dedicated to you. And
shit.
I just know in my heart that this is going to be someone extra special.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. It's Jeff B.
Thanks,
Jeff.
Jeff.
Thank you so much.
I'm assuming Bezos. If so, kick it up a few notches on the Patreon.
Bezos, let's get it. Let's jack up the
If it
Patreon
is
support.
Jeff
Like,
Bezos,
no one else would I
let us
ever
know.
say
Yeah.
that
Oh,
to.
God,
There's
no.
like 6 dudes
Yeah.
in the world,
Yeah.
and they're all dudes.
And
that
he's
I
one
would
of
say
them.
that to, and he's one. You can afford it.
Yeah.
But if
Yeah,
you're not
you
Jeff
got
Bezos,
this.
and
We
I
love
hope
you.
you're not.
Yeah.
But if you are, let us know what secret tier you want us to create
But we
for
love
you.
you,
Yeah.
Jeff
And
B.
we will create it.
We have always talked about a deranged millionaire tier. We are also happy to create a deranged billionaire tier. We didn't.
Yep.
We thought it was
We're so
assumed, but you
accommodating.
let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But probably
and
this is just a wonderful.
It's guaranteed
Jeff.
just to be a wonderful
This
Jeff
is just
B.
a wonderful.
Aw, thanks, Jeff.
B stands
Yeah.
for
Thanks, Jeff.
best.
Jeff.
We got a lot of content that Amazon Studios could make into something,
Right.
So hit us up.
And Chris Pratt's in all of it, baby.
Yeah.
He's playing me.
We can have him just be a walk. He's playing, Sully from season 2. Yeah.
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 That's it. Okay, well, now as the dog starts barking, it's time to wrap up the middle. So thank you for being here with us. Enjoy the rest of the episode. Back to regular voiced Russ next week.
Woo!
Next week.
Love you, bye.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
What is the oldest I appear in the pictures?
There's a range from like probably 2, 3 up to like 10 or 12. So no real like recent pictures because you're 14. Yeah. Nothing that appears to be really recent. But yeah, there is like a scattering.
And the room.
Okay.
Damn it, I hate it when you make me ponder.
How big are the clothes?
Yeah, like when
You
I'm
have
looking in the
clothes in the
drawers,
room?
are they like children's clothes?
Are they clothes you would even wear?
Yeah. Are they anything like your style?
I don't know if homeless child has style.
But what does child in the photos have?
Russ?
Details.
Yes, you take a look at all of the clothes and like all
Like,
of
would they fit me?
they would all fit you. Yep. Yeah. They would
Start
all
filling my bucket.
Yeah.
New wardrobe.
With underwear, because let's face it.
Yeah,
all the
let's
other
be.
clothes are-
Didn't we give you a lifetime
We
supply
did.
of underwear?
Yes. From the pirates?
Do I
From
have
the pirates,
them
yeah.
now?
Probably not now. Yeah, specifically. All of the clothes would fit you. They're all nice. They're all like different floral patterns, different like solid colors. There's dresses, there's t-shirts, there's pants, there's
It's kind of like
just
middle class,
Yeah.
child clothes.
yeah.
All right. I sit on the bed and I think. Deep thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Bonwyn, you're running out into a field. Thorns and that sort of thing pulling at your pant legs. You'd close the door and like you hear it like straining that door behind you. This field looks like it goes on forever. And you hear like the wood break. And this creature that was your father is like barreling down towards you.
Okay. Before he gets too close to me, then, maybe I'm going to try to shoot him with my short bow.
Okay.
Hate this guy. That's a 12.
12 will not hit. So like you're running, you turn, and you make a quick fire, and you miss. You see him. He's like digging in and running on all fours, and like there's these long teeth in this creature. It looks kind of almost wolf-like in the way that he's running, but doesn't look like any animal you've ever seen or heard of or come across before.
Okay, as a bonus action, can I take my cunning action and dash?
Yes.
Does it just feel like there's no forest? It's just like
Right now,
Endless fields. I'm in the middle of Saskatchewan. Here I go. Just running.
Canada's breadbasket.
Yeah. So as you first start running, that's what it looks like. You turn and you fire wide. You see this creature with like these red eyes, drool coming down its mouth, and then you turn back, and it does look like some forest has come into view off in the distance there.
Oh, well, veer that way.
Yep.
Any kind of cover I can.
Yeah. You dash towards him, towards it, and like the two of you are running in pace. He's gaining on you a little bit with each step, but you make it to the forest, and you get in. You're weaving through the trees. Make a dexterity saving throw as you do so.
12. I hate this dice. This one's fire. 12 again. It only rolls sixes.
If it was a D6, it'd be fun.
Yeah,
Exactly.
right.
You're weaving through the trees, and like your foot catches on something, which causes you to go down, and you find yourself like underneath a fallen log. You hear the sound of this creature like barreling through the trees behind you, and it because you've fallen under this log, it goes over top of you and carries forward a little ways, getting fainter and fainter, and then you hear it stop, and it's like trying to figure out where you've gone.
Okay. Well, in the meantime... Oh, I don't have any magic. Why is there any magic in this world, guys? It's the worst. I guess I'm going to pull my short sword out and just like ready in action if he comes back or jumps over that I can like try and get him.
Sure.
Try and gut him.
Maintain position.
Maintain position because I'm a bit hidden, it seems like.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. You hear it stop, and now you hear it like circling, trying to figure out where you are.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm not going to run out there because that would be crazy. Oh, well, maybe I could just take, like, I have some stuff on my apron that I'm always wearing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I just, like, take something heavy and chuck it as far as I can away from me so it maybe causes the creature to think I'm over there.
Yeah. What do you grab and which way do you throw?
Just like a small pair of like tongs or something.
Yeah, or like a little finishing hammer.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone doesn't have tiny hammers.
Well, come on.
Okay.
Everyone should.
Everyone does. I would totally have a tiny hammer. And I'll throw it back towards the way we came, like back to the field, because I don't want to go back that way.
Yeah. Okay. You huck it through the trees, and it clangs off of some branches and makes a bunch of racket. And then you hear this creature like pick up pace again and like crunch the trees and everything around it as it moves back that way. Again, it gets louder and then gets quieter.
Great. And then I'm gonna run again.
Okay. You're running further into the forest. Yep. You're not chasing the monster now.
I am not. I have not decided.
Yeah.
You're the prey now, Monster Dad.
Name of it, Monster Dad.
Okay. Yeah. You are running through the trees. You want to make a survival roll?
Sure, I do. 10.
You're jumping over branches and pushing away the thicket as you're walking through. And then as you get deeper into the wood, a pathway begins to form in front of you. The thicket becomes a little clearer, and like there is a path that you can now follow. The sound of the monster is getting farther away. You can still kind of hear it faintly in the distance. This is still present in your current state, but yeah, the trees are beginning to widen, and it's like this path is forming in front of you.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'm going to stick to the path then, but run in a zigzag pattern.
Serpentine.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm just going to keep booking it because that seems like the most immediate danger is giant scary creature.
One of us. One of us.
Okay, in your zigzag pattern, you are running down this path. And as you're going down this path, you begin to hear off in the distance the sound of the banjo. Bizard and Cav, you have been continuing down this path, and it's still getting louder. And as you're going, like you look ahead, and the path begins to curve. which it hadn't really done before. It was much of continuing, but it seemed like it was going down this straight way. And as you look ahead, you see it kind of veer off, and you hear fast footsteps coming from up ahead.
I get my sword out.
Yeah, I'm going to pull out my hammer again.
Yeah.
If I even put it away.
Probably didn't.
Probably didn't.
Danger, 100% always.
Yeah.
Do you stop to wait, or do you continue forward?
I mean, maybe try to like take a little cover so that whatever's coming through maybe doesn't see us first and we see it, but
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good plan. Both sides of the trail.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, you go high, I'll go low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
You go off to each side of the path. You hear these footsteps, and they are like fast-paced, running down, and you don't really quite have eyes on it. You're trying to stay pretty well hidden, and then this person is running, and they get to a point where anybody doing an ambush might jump out at this point.
I mean, yeah, I'm going low with the hammer.
Okay. You jump out and you swing your hammer, or move to swing your hammer. And in the same instant that you're swinging it, you look and you see Bonwyn, panicked-faced, running down this path.
Roll for not killing your friend.
And I'll roll for Dex.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah, I mean, I would try to trip the person up, not knowing it was Bonwyn, and then I guess seeing that it is Bonwyn, I'll like try to move the path my hammer's on, but like
Roll.
I don't know if I can do it.
Roll with disadvantage. Roll to attack.
Okay.
And
Because maybe you'll miss anyway.
Yeah. But then give probably a dexterity saving
That's
throw.
double the other
better.
one.
Okay.
was rolling.
Sorry.
Dex saving throw.
And with disadvantage, you said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're swinging with intent, but then you're like trying to pull yourself back as you.
It's a 12.
25.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So
What's up?
You see it's Bonwyn.
She just hops over like, no
and
problem.
Bonwyn leaps over top of your hammer as it skids across the ground, and Bizard, you see Cav do this, and then Bonwyn leap over top. So now the three of you are all in the middle of this path.
I'm just standing there with my I guess my sword. I always think wizard and quarterstaff. Standing there with my sword, I'm like, oh, I'm glad I didn't go in for an attack now.
I'm sorry, Bonwyn.
And I'm like, how was your trip, guys?
I don't necessarily think that's important, but thank you for caring. What, other than missing children, what's going on?
Because I haven't seen them, right? They came back.
No, they
I'd
came
already
back.
gone.
Yeah, you were
okay.
done. Yep.
Yeah, they were still in Kingstown when you guys
Yeah.
disappeared. Yeah.
Okay, so Banjo
yes.
Man stealing kid. Okay, you know
Song,
about that.
yes.
Okay.
Yep, we heard about
So
that.
Aladdin and I came here. Tally was gone, and then I was in my childhood bedroom, and it was nice. It was nice, guys. Like,
Okay.
and I saw my parents, and then I was with my dad, and then he turned into
That sounds awful.
a monster.
Oh, that sounds even more
that's
awful.
awful.
Monster, and I ran, and then he was a monster, and like a weird, scary, and I just ran, and now
And now I'm
Here
trying to
you
take your
are.
legs out.
and now my best friend just attacked me. No. and
Cav
now
is like,
and now you're here. What are you doing here?
Well, we
came-
came to find you.
Came to find
Yeah.
the kids.
And Aladdin.
And Aladdin. I sent Aladdin a message on our way back and never heard a response, so that's telling.
And like he used like magic to do it?
Oh, that
Not
makes
just
more
like
sense.
a carrier
Not
pigeon or
okay,
anything? Yeah.
When was the last time you saw Aladdin?
I haven't seen her since we were in the clearing, and there was a tree, and
Wait, clearing in a tree. That sounds real familiar.
That does sound real familiar. Did you see a giant toy monster?
no.
All right, well,
Lucky.
that's some new info then.
Okay. Also, the moon's like purple.
Oh, I hadn't
Where-
even noticed.
Where are we?
Yeah.
This is magic.
Yeah,
Because
I
it
have to
has to be
assume
magic,
it was,
right?
Yeah.
it was
Everything
daytime, now
is-
it's night.
I was in a field and there was nothing, and then there's Everbane's in a field, and none of it really makes sense. And I haven't seen Aladdin. I don't know where she is, or any of the other kids.
Okay.
So
Bonwyn, you've lived here your entire life. Did things like this happen normally?
No.
Seems like in the last decade, or even in the last couple of years, these kind of things are just popping up left and right.
never. It was totally normal growing up here, and then things got like bad because of the corruption and the schools closing, but nothing magic, nothing,
Nothing weird.
nothing unexplainable, no portals or
Right.
monsters or no, just normal, nice, quiet, normal.
Okay. Well, do you hear the banjo?
I do hear
Okay,
that.
good. We're all on the same page
Yeah.
with that.
Okay. And there's like, so I'm running and then I'm in the woods and then there's a path.
Yes.
That like reveals itself as you go on it.
Yeah. And
Okay,
then,
yeah.
and then now
Yep.
this, like that we're on, that's like, so people live here?
It's
I don't know about that. I think people maybe get suspended here. I don't know if there's living here.
Okay. So how
Yeah.
do we find the kids?
It's a great question.
I mean, if the banjo man cometh and taketh the kids, then perhaps
Wait.
we
We
follow.
go with to the
Bizarre.
banjo man?
You try your magic message.
Oh,
Now that
right.
we're like here.
I was just thinking that, and I was like,
Yep.
I can't see
This
anything. I'm not in this
magic
scene.
message.
Yep.
Even though
I'm
Kyle
going
tried to make me in
to
this scene.
cast another sending spell
Okay.
and send out a message and say, Aldyin, I hope you're alive, and if you are,
Dear Aldyin,
where are
I
you?
hope you're well.
Cool
Oh,
buds.
Jesus.
I hope this email finds you well.
Right? I'm not on a different. I don't know if I'm on a different plane or not yet. I assume.
You
I don't
assume
know
it's
if I
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
respond.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so the only time it could fail is if you're dead or on a different plane. So I send out that message saying, Aldyin, are you here? And if you are, can you hear the banjo? And if not, where are you?
Can you hear the banjo?
We leave the three of you and we're back in Aladdin's room. And you're sitting on the bed doing your thinking. And this
Like Winnie the Pooh on a log.
Absolutely.
Yeah, think.
think. As you're thinking, and you're holding some of these things that are yours, but not yours. You hear a faint. We haven't really determined how it's heard, but you hear a faint voice, and it is Bizarre's voice.
Aldyin, are you here? And if you are, can you hear the banjo? And if not, where are you?
Would I know how to respond? Would I think I'm going
You can
crazy?
respond to this message.
No, but would I know how?
Oh,
Would
gotcha.
I like?
I think you just
Is
have
this
to
something
speak
that
back,
we've-
right?
Is this something we've discussed? Do I think I'm
No,
hearing
I
things
don't
in
think
my head?
I've-
Am I going crazy?
I don't think I've brought up this spell to you. It's
got like a
but you do
built-in
know it is
walkie-talkie
me,
system.
Yeah, I can.
and you hear it in your head. And so I just say, think your response.
Bizarre? Is that you? Where are you? I'm in my house. I don't know. No, there's no banjo. I don't know where I am. I'm probably thinking, well, I don't know how many
Sure, yeah.
characters
Yeah, you don't
you're
know there's a
allowed to
character
type up
limit,
in
yeah.
here. So it's panicked, and I say, no banjo.
Yeah.
I'm in my house.
No banjo.
These are very useful pieces of
Yeah,
information for
you really-
you. Yeah.
Unlocking the puzzle.
Bizarre, you wait a moment as you're waiting for a response, and then you hear Aladdin's voice come back, as it just did. And then you out of the corner of your eye, the path that had curved is now straightened back out again, and the sound of the banjo is much louder.
Well, Aldyin can't hear the banjo. They said they're in their house. That's,
I was pretty sure she didn't have
Definitely doesn't have a house.
one.
yeah. Sounded very panicked. Filled up a lot of the words in response with
Yeah, no,
So-
that sounds right. Yeah.
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 But she's alive. She's
Alive.
here.
Yeah, and
Alive.
she's here. She's
Okay.
here somewhere.
Silver linings.
Okay. Can't hear the banjo, so we need to go that way. Away from the banjo?
I don't know. This path was curving to the right from the direction you came. Mm-hmm. That's right, Russ. Yeah. From the direction you came, and you were running from
Bad stuff.
bad stuff. So
We have to go back to the bad stuff.
I mean, it's entirely possible, but I don't know how this place works.
the path wanted us to find you.
Oh.
That's what I'm gleaning from this situation. Because why else would it? It hadn't curved,
and then I was
didn't
there.
you show up?
Okay. I mean, I guess we trust the path? Are words I never thought I would be saying?
It is an intentional path. There's been markers along the way with runes. I cleared some out. There's actually stone under the overgrowth. So this, as unnatural as it seems, with it just kind of like everything parting, it's the direction that seems the most reasonable.
There's some reason to the rhyme.
Okay, I mean, I certainly don't know any better, so we kind of just have to pick a direction and go at this point, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's trust the path.
Start heading down the path again.
You continue.
Can we roll a vibe check?
Yeah, you continue down the path, the sound of the banjo getting louder again as you progress forward. Back in the room with Aldyin, you hear footsteps downstairs as your parents are cleaning up after the day. And you're sitting there with the moonlight coming in across your bed. Where we leave you as you have just received this message from Bizard? You don't hear anything come back.
Well, I sit and I wait a minute because I'm wondering if this is like discourse, like is it a back and forth? Apparently not. And then I'm excited. I'm like, I am not alone and I'm not crazy and like something is wrong because I feel like the longer I sat there and thought about it and like was holding my toys and like looking at my room and being like, like, would it be so bad? Like, but then hearing Bizarre's voice like snap me back to it. And so I jump up off my bed and I look out my window to see if I can see any sort of like land, is there a mountain? Is there a hill? Are there a lot of trees? Is there a path? Are there other houses around that if I do get a message from Bizard, I will have something more than ums and ahs.
Yeah, some sort of landmark to like.
Yeah, now I'm in like problem solving mode, not necessarily scared kid mode.
Yeah, not shit's weird, but like, how do I get out of here?
Yeah. Like I can be useful. Like I'm not gonna passively sit and wait and let somebody solve my problem for me and rescue me. Like no, like I'm not gonna fall into it. It's a trap. It's a trap.
You look out the window and like you look to the direction where the man had told you, like where in the direction the school was, and you're looking, trying to focus on anything, and you can't really see anything there. Like all you see is wide open field all around the house.
Like driveway?
No. You see the white picket fence around the perimeter of the house,
and then it's just field.
It's just field.
As roaming troop of
bards.
Is anyone slow dancing?
Yeah. Like there's no street. There's no like the way he had described it as like, oh, you just go down the school over there, and
it was down the lane.
Where the hell is this parade gonna be if
yeah.
there's no street?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
I think there was that initial like problem solving, like yes, I'm gonna be useful. I'm gonna give some information. I'm gonna figure out what I can tell him, and then kind of a bit of a crushing feeling to look out and see nothing, just field. Like, well, shit.
Dumbgeons and Dragons, Season 4, Episode 16, starring Amy Moore as Aldyin, Carla Maxted as Bonwyn Everbane, Tom Laird as Kavlaran Goldweave, Kyle Classett as Bizard the Wizard, and Russ Moore as your Dungeon Master. Dialogue editing and sound design of today's episode is by Russ Moore. Music is from Epidemic Sound, and sound effects are from Epidemic Sound and Boom Library. Our amazing cover art is by Matt Garbutt. And we'd like to say a huge thank you to our supporting producers, including Gabriel Lynch, Jessica Babiak, Kat Waterflame, Jacob Madden, Ongeron Kiersen, Perry Mady, Old School Gamer D, Craig Zeiss, and L.A. Branton. We'd love if you joined us today at patreon.com/dumbdragoncast for the amazing community, all the bonus content, and so much more. Patreon.com/dumbdragoncast. We'll see you over there. But until then, have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon. Dungeons & Dragons is a Dumb Dragons production.